Let's edit a talking head video together from start to finish. This is the raw clip, and this is what it looks like after editing. In this video, I'll walk you through everything step by step, from trimming mistakes to fixing audio, color grading, improving framing, and exporting for YouTube. So let's begin. A talking head video is a production style featuring a person speaking directly to the camera, typically framed from the chest or shoulders up. So open CapCut and click on Create Project. After the CapCut interface has opened, you click on Import to import the video you want to work on. Once your video appears here, drag it to the timeline. Next, click on this icon and click on Mirror. After that, come over here and select your aspect ratio. It's a long form video, so we're going to be selecting 16:9. Next, you rotate the image and then scale it up so that it fills the screen. Now, the reason why I clicked on this mirror is that when the clip appeared at first, the left side was showing as the right side and the right side was showing as the left side. Now you can go ahead and work on your video like that, no problem. But if you know you want the sides to be correct, use the mirror feature here to correct it. The next thing to do is to trim off mistakes. To do that, ordinarily you should play your clip as it's playing, you listen to it, and then you trim off using the splits and the cut icons. You trim off any mistakes or any places where there are unnecessary pauses. But there is a quick way to do this. You can do this automatically by coming to this menu here. You click on caption and then you generate auto captions. You generate subtitles, okay? But when you generate the subtitle, you make sure that this identify filler words is selected. Most times it is not selected, so you select it, then click on generate. Now, because of this identify filler words button that is turned on, what happens is that as CapCut generates the auto captions, it will automatically identify empty spaces and filler words. Okay, that is those places where you say you know, when you are thinking of words to say as you are recording your video, it will identify those places for you to trim them off. So you see it has finished generating. What is it doing now? It's identifying filler words. So CapCut has finished generating the auto captions, and if you take a look at this corner here, you will see that it has identified filler words and there is a button to remove all of them. Okay, let me scroll through. You see these portions that are in, is this green or blue now? These colored portions, those are the empty spaces and the sections where you have filler words. So instead of cutting those places off manually, you could just, with all of them selected like this, you could just come here and click on remove. So the filler words have been removed, the empty spaces have been removed. If you play your clip now, you are going to see that we don't have those empty spaces anymore. Let me zoom into the timeline so you take a good look. It has actually trimmed your clips into bits and pieces in a bid to take off those filler words and the portions where you're not saying anything. All right. So your original clip has been split into various portions. Well, ordinarily, if you were to manually do that, as you are removing the mistakes, you'll be cutting your clip. So you will end up with various pieces making up your clip. So that's what CapCut has done for you automatically. Now, the next thing I'll do, I'm actually going to select all the captions and delete them. The reason why I'm deleting them is because I prefer to apply my captions in YouTube. Okay, yes, I have a video where I explained in details how to apply captions. By captions I mean subtitles, how to apply that in CapCut here, how to customize them and make them very beautiful. That is one way to apply captions. Another way is to do so in YouTube. So personally, I go with the other option. I think one of these days I'll make a video on how to do that in YouTube. So that's why I've deleted the captions. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to create a compound clip. You see, I cannot work with these pieces individually like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all the clips. To do that, I just dragged over them, or from your keyboard you can use Ctrl and A. All right, select all of them and right click on them. After right clicking, come up here, you will see create compound clip. When you click on that, this is what you're going to have. You now have one clip again. Okay, so know this now. Whenever you have cause to cut your clip, if the pieces are not too much, if you can go ahead and continue work like that, continue your edit like that, fine and good. But if your clip is cut in various pieces and you're having problem moving around your edits, just select them or select the portion you want and create a compound clip. That way you have one video again, you have one clip again. So I've created a compound clip. The next thing I'm going to do is to work on the audio. To do that, play your clip.
Let's edit a talking head video together from start to finish.
Okay, if you are satisfied with the volume, fine and good. If you are not satisfied with the volume, you can adjust your volume here. All right, you can adjust your volume here. For now, I think I'm satisfied with the volume, but the next thing I'll also do while my clip is selected is to come over here and click on reduce noise. So that way, if you have any background noise, this will help to reduce it and make it almost inaudible. All right, if not completely inaudible. The next thing we're going to do is to retouch the face. So select your clip, click on video and click on retouch. From here you can do a lot of things to your image, but the only thing I do here, I select retouch and I come to smooth. Here I increase this to 50. What that does is to actually give you a smoother texture on the face. Okay, you can increase it more than that, but 50 is just okay for me. I usually go with that. Okay, there are other things you can do here. You can remove smile lines, you can brighten the eyes, remove dark circles, whiten the teeth, remove blemishes and all that. Okay, there are things you can do. You can even apply some things to the body, to the hair and all that, but personally what I just do, I come to smooth and I adjust it to 50. So the next thing, select your clip and remove the background. Okay, come here, click on remove BG and click on auto removal. While that is happening, we'll come over here and import the background we're going to be making use of. So our background has been removed and our fake background image is here already. So the next thing you do, drag it to the timeline, then pick your clip and put it on top. Let the background image be at the bottom, spread it to cover the same space as the video. Okay, so this is what we have. Next, we are going to scale into the background. I think it's okay like this. Also, I'm going to adjust the clip. Yeah, I think it's okay like this. All right. Okay, next we're going to apply the blur effect to the background. So come to effect, select the blur option and drop it on top of the background, not on top of the image. If it drops on top of your clip, just drag it down to your background. Then you open it up to cover the entire space of the background. Next, we'll adjust the intensity of the blur effects. I'll set that at 20. Okay, so that's that about bringing our fake background and applying the blur effect to it. Next, we're going to color grade the whole of this. All right. Subsequently, I'll make a detailed video on color grading. All right. But for now, I'm going to do it the quick way. I'll just come to click on filters, pick any one that you like. I'll pick this, drop it on top of the clip, drag it to the end. Okay, reduce the intensity. Then I'll also pick this one and drop it on top of the background image. I think I'll leave that. Okay, yeah, I'll leave that at 100%. So that's a quick way to color grade. The next thing we'll do is to add background music. I will advise you to download your background music for your videos. Download from the YouTube audio library. Though there are other places where you can find non-copyrighted music, but a fast way to read and the surest way also is to download from the YouTube audio library. If you already have your music in your system, in your PC, just go ahead and import it. Okay, so this is our background music. Drag it to the bottom and reduce the volume. Okay, I think it's okay. Let's play and see.
Let's edit a talking head video together from start to finish.
Okay, I think it's still quite loud. Now, most times, -10 to -20 works well, but there are times it's just not enough. Okay,
let's edit a talking.
The rule is that your background music should never overshadow what you're saying. All right, so voice clarity over the background music. Then I'll drag this here to apply a little fade in at the beginning. Wow, that's bad. I'm recording. So let's play and see what that sounds like.
Let's edit a talking head video together from start to finish. This is the raw clip, and this is what it looks like after editing.
Okay, so that's why I did this. I applied this fade in so that the music doesn't just start at its maximum volume. All right, so it fades in gradually. Now looking over here, the music is longer than my video, so I'll click where this ends, select the music and cut off that part. So this is what we have, and next we're going to export. To export, go over your work, make sure that you're satisfied with what you have, and then you click on export, you name your file, talking head video. You select where you want it to export to in your system. I already have that set. And then you pick your resolution. I usually export in 4K, okay? But there are times when the video is so large, probably a long tutorial video. Depending on my network, if I see that it will take very long to export, because I'll have to export and upload to YouTube. If it's going to take very long, I may just export with 2K, but basically 99% of the time I export with 4K. Now you mustn't do 4K, all right? You can do 1080, it's just good enough. 2K, all right? But personally I export in 4K. So after doing that, you click on export.
And that's the complete talking head video edit from start to finish. If you've been following this channel, you'll notice that in this video, we've used a lot of the same techniques we've already covered. From trimming properly to fixing audio, applying fake background, and keeping everything simple and clean. And if you want to take this a step further, you can combine this with the keyframe animation technique I showed in the previous video to add subtle movement and make your videos even more engaging. I've also created step-by-step CapCut tutorials on this channel. So if you're still getting comfortable with the basics, you can go back and follow them at your own pace. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Take your time with your edits, keep things simple, and focus on clarity. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.